Okay, so what I have in front of me are two exposures. One is a base exposure and one is an underexposed shot for the windows right here. Now, and the windows and the lights. Now, when I go into Photoshop and try to combine these layers, they are going to, they're basically not going to work because the exposures are too different. And I'm going to show you here just in a bit what I mean by that. So, these are just basically straight out of camera. I haven't done any editing to them. They don't even have their profile corrections done, and I'm going to try to blend them. And it's not going to work, and this is where people kind of have trouble when it comes to exposure blending. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that off and go to Image. I'm going to go ahead and go to Image, Apply Image, and press OK. And now what I'm left with is a pretty bad image. Now we've gone ahead and brought back the windows and the lights, but since this exposure is just so dark, it's wanting to blend it with the other exposure, because if we look at our mask, it's too general. And if we go ahead and just restrict it even more, we're left with a better blend, but it still looks really bad. And I'm going to show you how to get around this in a way that's pretty unique. So let's close this and let's take our underexposed shot, and actually let's get our white balance right first. So I'm going to go 3800 degrees Kelvin and turn on our profile correction. So that is good to me. And let's start off with the base exposure. Base exposure, done. We don't need to do anything to it. Alright, now with the underexposed shot, this is where things get interesting. We are going to go ahead and up the exposure 4 stops. Now, you might be thinking, what the hell is this kid up to? I don't know what you're doing. You're not even doing this right. It's weird. You're adding grain. It's bad. Trust me, it's gonna look really clean. And we can go ahead and get rid of some of the highlights. Add some shadows, and boost the blacks. And if you want to make it even better blend, we can go ahead and go -40 in the contrast. And I'm going to go to actually, that's pretty much good. So we have 2 exposures here, and they're much closer together. They're gonna blend a lot better. I'm trying to find words as I go along. I'm completely unscripted right now. So this is our base, this is our underexposed shot, and you can see there's just a crap ton of noise here, but if you look, there's no noise in these highlights areas. Goddamn. In the highlights, there's no noise in the highlights. There we go. There's no noise in the highlights, but there is a ton of noise in the shadows and the midtones, but we're not blending those, this is where it gets cool. Noise is not like grain. It's not even. It's very much, there's more noise in the shadowy areas than there is in the brighter areas, and that's just how noise works. And if we bring the exposure up and all these other sliders up, we're not adding any noise to the highlights areas because there's barely any there. So this is where it gets cool. When we highlight these and edit them in Photoshop, it just blends perfectly and there's no added noise to it. So when we get into Photoshop, I'm going to show you what I mean. So I'm going to go ahead and just wait for these to go do their thing, and I'm going to go ahead and auto align the layers. There we go. And I'm going to turn this layer off, put a layer mask over it, go to Image, Apply Image, and press OK. And next we can go ahead and look at our mask, and I'm thinking that's a bit too general. Let's go to levels, and then we can just bring it down a bit to there and bring this up to here. This is going to be completely different for any image, but I think that's looking pretty good. It's just a little bit more restricted in terms of where I want the blend to be. So let's do that. Bring it out of that, and watch this. Perfect. A perfect blend. It's just perfect. Look at that. On, off. On, oh wait, no. Off, on, off, on, can't talk. I'm just so happy that I've figured this out, because it's been bothering me so much because I couldn't blend these exposures right. So there we go. It's perfect. It's just so, it's perfect. I just love it, and there's no noise added to it. It's just such a better blend. Look at that. That's awesome. I don't know about you, but this is really exciting for me. So that's pretty much it. I'm just super giddy right now, but this is just so cool. That's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to show you guys, how to blend two very different exposures. And I'm going to utilize this in a lot of my workflow to blend my exposures for twilights and stuff like that. So that's pretty much it. If you like this video, hit like and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, hit like and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next one.